This news digest from March 2026 covers several significant political, legal, and social developments across India. Here is a summary of the key stories. Political developments in Bihar. Resignation deadline for Nitish Kumar. Bihar Assembly Speaker Prem Kumar announced that Chief Minister Nitish Kumar has until March 30th to resign from the State Legislative Council. This follows his election to the Rajya Sabha on March 16th. Constitutional rules. Under the Prohibition of Simultaneous Membership Rules 1950, a person cannot hold seats in both Parliament and a state legislature simultaneously and must resign from one within 14 days. 6-month window. The Speaker noted that under Article 164(4), Nitish Kumar can technically remain Chief Minister for up to 6 months without being a member of the state legislature, provided he is re-elected or nominated within that period. Judicial and electoral issues in West Bengal. Retired judge removed from poll rolls. Retired Calcutta High Court Judge Shahidullah Munshi expressed humiliation after his name was deleted from the electoral rolls following judicial scrutiny. Mass deletions. Official data shows that approximately 63.66 lakh names, 8.3% of the electorate, have been deleted in West Bengal since November 2024 during a special intensive revision (SAR). Another 60 lakh voters are currently under adjudication. Crime and public safety. Crackdown on godmen in Maharashtra, *SIT investigations into self-styled godman Ashok Kharat, arrested for rape and black magic, have led to over 50 new complaints. NCP leader Rupali Chakankar resigned as the party's women's wing chief following backlash over her alleged links to Kharat. A second godman, Rishikesh Vaidya, was booked in Palghar for allegedly raping a woman while claiming to be an incarnation of Lord Shiva. Wildlife crime in Punjab. A new study identified Punjab, despite its low forest cover, as a major hotspot for illegal wildlife trafficking, including the trade of wild boar bushmeat, tiger skins, and Tibetan antelope, Shahtush shawls. Tragic accidents, Uttar Pradesh, 8 devotees died in Kaushambi when their pickup truck hit a stationary trailer. Andhra Pradesh, DNA matching was completed for 14 victims of a bus fire in Markapuram. Bodies are being returned to families. Awards and achievements. Rajasthan. The state received a national award from the Union Ministry of Jal Shakti for the timely completion of India's first census of major and medium irrigation projects. Would you like me to provide more details on the specific constitutional articles mentioned or follow up on the Bihar leadership transition? The investigation into Nashik-based self-styled godman Ashok Kharat has intensified, leading to a wider crackdown on similar figures in Maharashtra. Here is a summary of the latest developments. Investigation into Ashok Kharat. Expansion of case. Since Kharat's arrest on March 18, the Special Investigation Team (SIT) has registered 8 FIRs. Charges include repeated rape, extortion, human sacrifice, and black magic. Victim outreach. After the SIT published dedicated helplines, they received over 50 calls in 5 days from people reporting crimes or providing information. Legal action on obscenity. Maharashtra CM Devendra Fadnavis announced that criminal action will be taken against anyone circulating obscene videos of the victims on social media. He assured that the identities of all victims are being strictly protected. Political context. Kharat headed a temple trust in Sinnar and had reportedly been visited by several political figures over the years, leading to increased public and political scrutiny. The Palghar Godman case. New arrest. Encouraged by the action against Kharat, a 35-year-old woman in Palghar filed a complaint against another self-styled godman, Rishikesh Vaidya. Allegations. Vaidya is accused of raping the woman after claiming to be an incarnation of Lord Shiva. Political reaction. Opposition stance. Shiv Sena UBT leader Sushma Andhere has called for the state government to ensure the investigation is seen through to its logical end, rather than being used for political posturing within the ruling alliance. Would you like me to look for more details on the SIT's findings or the specific charges being filed in the Palghar case? The resignation of Rupali Chakankar on Friday, March 27, 2026, marks a major political development in the ongoing investigation into the self-styled godman Ashok Kharat. Key details of her resignation. Roles vacated. She resigned as the Maharashtra state president of the NCP's women's wing. Earlier that week, she also stepped down as the chairperson of the Maharashtra State Commission for Women. The catalyst. Her resignation followed a phone discussion with NCP President and Deputy CM Sunetra Pawar. Reason for resignation. she faced intense public and political pressure due to her reported association with Ashok Kharat, who was arrested on March 18 for multiple counts of rape, extortion, and practicing black magic. Political context: controversy. As the head of the State Commission for Women, a body meant to protect women's rights, her alleged links to an accused sexual predator led to claims of a conflict of interest and damaged the party's image. Official statement: in a post on X, formerly Twitter, she stated she was tendering her resignation following the discussion with party leadership, effectively distancing the NCP from the controversy as the Special Investigation Team (SIT) continues its probe. Would you like me to find more information on the NCP's official stance or the specific allegations regarding her connection to the Nashik Temple Trust? Ashok Kharat, often referred to as Captain Ashok Kharat, is a self-styled godman, numerologist, and former Merchant Navy officer from Nashik, Maharashtra, who was arrested on March 18, 2026. His arrest has triggered a massive scandal involving allegations of sexual exploitation, black magic, and high-level political connections. 1. Background and rise to fame. Professional background. He served in the Merchant Navy for 22 years before reinventing himself as a spiritual guide and numerologist. Establishment: he is the chairman of the Sri Ishaneshwar Temple Trust in Sinnar, Nashik. Influence: despite reportedly failing math in school, he built a reputation as a powerful advisor to politicians, celebrities, and business leaders, accumulating an empire estimated at over 200 crore rupees. 2. Criminal allegations and arrest. Initial arrest: he was arrested following a complaint by a 35-year-old woman who alleged he repeatedly raped her between 2022 and 2025 under the pretext of spiritual rituals. Mounting charges: as of late March 2026, he faces at least 10 FIRs. The charges include rape and sexual exploitation, allegations of drugging women with enchanted water, sedatives, before assaulting them. Blackmail: police recovered over 58 objectionable videos from his devices, which he allegedly used to silence victims. Black magic: he is booked under the Maharashtra Prevention and Eradication of Human Sacrifice and Other Inhuman, Evil and Aghori Practices and Black Magic Act. Extortion: one businessman alleged Kharat extorted money and foreign trips to 21 countries by instilling a fear of death. 3. The SIT investigation. The Maharashtra government formed a Special Investigation Team (SIT), led by IPS officer Tejaswini Satpute to handle the case. Evidence seized. Raids on his farmhouse and offices uncovered a revolver, live cartridges, fake gemstones, and digital video recorders (DVRs). Victim response: after the SIT set up dedicated helplines, they received over 100 calls from people claiming to be victims of harassment or financial fraud. 4. Political fallout. The case has caused a political storm in Maharashtra due to Kharat's ties with the ruling Mahayuti alliance. Rupali Chakankar, the NCP leader, resigned from her party post and as chairperson of the State Women's Commission after videos surfaced showing her at Kharat's trust, leading to allegations of a conflict of interest. Asset seizure. Authorities have begun seizing his properties, including a farmhouse in Mirgaon, land in Panvel, and flats in Pune and Nashik. The connection between Rupali Chakankar and Ashok Kharat has become one of the biggest political controversies in Maharashtra in 2026. Their relationship is characterized by long-term spiritual mentorship, shared leadership in a religious trust, and now, serious allegations of political protection. Here is the breakdown of their connection. 1. Spiritual and personal relationship. Guru-disciple bond. Rupali Chakankar has publicly admitted that her family considered Ashok Kharat and his wife as their gurus, spiritual guides for several years. Viral media. Videos and photos showing Chakankar washing Ashok Kharat's feet and holding an umbrella for him during religious ceremonies went viral on social media. She defended these actions, stating they were taken during Guru Purnima festivals years ago before his alleged crimes came to light. 2. Institutional connection. The trust. Shared leadership. Both were senior figures in the Sri Ishaneshwar Mahadev Temple Trust, also known as the Sri Shivnika Sansthan, in Sinnar, Nashik. Roles. While Ashok Kharat served as the chairperson, Rupali Chakankar was a trustee and a prominent face for the trust's social activities. Opposition leaders have alleged that this trust was a front for Kharat's illegal activities and that Chakankar's involvement provided him with social legitimacy. 3. Allegations of protection, conflict of interest. As the former chairperson of the Maharashtra State Commission for Women, Chakankar was responsible for protecting women's rights. The opposition, led by Shiv Sena UBT's Sushma Andhere, alleges that instead of helping victims, she used her position to shield Kharat from complaints. Conspiracy claims. Critics pointed to an incident a year ago where Chakankar allegedly threatened a journalist for reporting on Kharat. They argue this proves she was actively suppressing negative information about him. 4. Political fallout. Forced resignations. Due to the mounting evidence of her proximity to Kharat, CM Devendra Fadnavis and NCP President Sunetra Pawar reportedly asked her to step down. This led to her back-to-back resignations as the Women's Commission Chief, March 20th, and the NCP Women's Wing President, March 27th. Investigation status. While Chakankar denies any knowledge of Kharat's personal misconduct or financial crimes, the Special Investigation Team, SIT, is currently reviewing her call records, CDR, and financial dealings to see if she was a co-conspirator. The 58 videos associated with the Ashok Kharat case were originally discovered by the police during their investigation, but their subsequent leak onto social media has led to a massive legal crackdown. Here is the breakdown of how these videos came to light and who is being held responsible for their circulation. 1. Discovery of the videos. The 58 obscene videos were not originally leaked by an outsider. They were seized by the Nashik police from a pen drive and mobile devices belonging to Ashok Kharat following his arrest on March 18, 2026. The police revealed the existence of these videos to the court to demonstrate the scale of his blackmailing and exploitation. 2. The role of the office boy pre-arrest. Before the police raid, an associate identified as Neeraj Jadhav, reportedly an office boy or aide to Kharat, allegedly stole some of these videos. The extortion attempt. Jadhav allegedly tried to blackmail Kharat, demanding 5 crore rupees to keep the videos private. The trigger. Kharat actually filed a police complaint against Jadhav for extortion, which inadvertently led the police to discover the nature of the videos Kharat was keeping. 3. Circulation on social media. The leak. Once the news of the arrest broke, several of these videos, along with AI-morphed images, began circulating on WhatsApp, Facebook, and Instagram. Arrests made. As of March 27, the SIT has arrested Rahul Shinde and Yogesh Adhav from Ahilyanagar, Ahmednagar, for circulating the videos in WhatsApp groups. A third person, Sandeep Garje, is also being sought. Massive crackdown. The Nashik Cyber Police have booked over 65 individuals, profile holders on Facebook and Instagram, for sharing this content. Government warning. CM Devendra Fadnavis has warned that anyone sharing these videos will face strict criminal action under the IT Act and the BNS, as the videos violate the privacy of the victims and reveal their identities. 4. Political controversy. The leak became highly politicized because some videos allegedly show high-profile individuals, including Rupali Chakankar, in compromising or objectionable positions. While the SIT is investigating the authenticity of these specific clips to determine if they are real or AI-generated deepfakes, the mere existence of the videos led to Chakankar's resignation. The inaugural World Buddhist Peace Conference 2026 commenced in Hyderabad on Friday, March 27, drawing delegates from over 20 countries to discuss reconciliation and ethical leadership. Here is a summary of the key highlights. Conference objectives. Theme. The summit focuses on Buddhist approaches to conflict resolution and healing, moving from abstract concepts of peace to practical inner transformation and sustained dialogue. Diplomatic goal. The event aims to position Telangana as a global hub for Buddhist heritage diplomacy and spiritual tourism. Key highlights and statements. Telangana's Heritage, Tourism Minister Jupalli Krishna Rao emphasized the legacy of Acharya Nagarjuna and the state's efforts to develop an integrated Buddhist tourism circuit linking sites like Fanigiri and Nagarjunakonda. Inner peace. Sri Lankan Minister Hiniduma Sunil Senevi noted that material advancement alone cannot secure peace, stressing the need for inner discipline and ethical values. Global declaration. The conference is organized by the Buddhavanam Project and will conclude with a visit to Nagarjunasagar, where a global peace declaration is expected to be adopted. Strategic importance. The initiative serves to strengthen cultural and diplomatic ties, particularly between India and Sri Lanka, while reviving the region's historical status as a center for Buddhist learning. This article, titled India's 20 Years of GDP Misestimation, New Evidence, March 2026, presents a critical look at the disconnect between India's official economic headlines and the lived reality of its citizens. The following is a summary of the core arguments. 1. The growth disconnect. Overstated success. A study by Abhishek Anand, Josh Feldman, and Arvind Subramanian suggests India's GDP growth has been overstated by 1.5 to 2 percentage points for nearly 2 decades. Formal versus informal. The discrepancy arises because the government relies heavily on data from the formal/organized sector to estimate the entire economy. This ignores the informal sector, small workshops, roadside stalls, cash-based trade, where the majority of Indians work and struggle. 2. Impact of economic shocks. The headline growth narrative failed to account for the devastating impact of three major events on the informal economy. 1. Demonetization, 2016, disrupted cash-dependent businesses. 2. GST rollout, created compliance costs that small firms could not afford. 3. COVID-19, hit informal workers with disproportionate force. Because these sectors are statistically invisible, their distress was not reflected in the rising GDP numbers. 3. The formalization trap. The article argues that formalization is often used as a political convenience. When a local kirana shop closes and is replaced by a corporate chain, the national accounts record this as growth or efficiency, even if it actually represents a concentration of wealth and a loss of local livelihoods. 4. The erosion of statistical integrity. Suppressed data. The author points to several instances where inconvenient data was delayed or withheld. The delay of the national census, still relying on 2011 data. The withholding of the 2017-18 consumption survey after it showed a decline in household spending. Controversies surrounding unemployment data ahead of the 2019 elections. Statistics as infrastructure. In a democracy, economic data should be public infrastructure used to solve problems, not decorative achievements for political speeches. 5. Conclusion and call to action. The article concludes that for India to achieve its ambitions, it must restore the independence of statistical authorities. It argues that slogans and hashtags cannot fix unemployment. Only an honest, transparent measurement of the economy, one that reflects the rural and urban poor, can lead to genuine progress. Would you like me to find more details on the specific GDP study mentioned, or The article details the growing tension between the Telangana government and residents of Hyderabad over the ambitious Musi Riverfront Development Project, MRDP, in March 2026. Here is a summary of the key conflicts and project details. 1. The human cost, displacement and zero value. The Madhu Park Ridge conflict, a residential complex in Langarhoose, has become the face of the protest. The government claims part of the property sits in a 50-meter buffer zone, but residents argue their building was legally permitted in 2004, before these specific buffer rules existed. Financial devastation. Chief Minister A. Revant Reddy remarked that properties in the buffer zone now have zero value due to a ban on transactions. This has left homeowners, many of whom are senior citizens and defense personnel, with massive loans and unsellable assets. Lack of transparency. Residents allege they have not been formally consulted and promised compensation options, such as government-built complexes or transferable development rights, lack specific details like location or monetary value. 2. The Grand Vision MRDP phases. Scale. The project covers a 55-kilometer stretch of the river within the city. Phase 1, 6,500 rupees 7,000 crore, focuses on the Musa and EC rivers. Key features include Gandhi Sarovar, a 200-acre project featuring a 123-foot statue of Mahatma Gandhi. Infrastructure, an east-west road corridor, toll-based, promenades and shopping areas. Environmental fix, plans for sewage treatment plants, STPs, to treat 1,800 million liters of daily sewage and industrial effluent. 3. Ecological concerns. Toxic cocktail. Experts warn that 90% of the river's flow is untreated sewage and pharmaceutical waste. Environmentalists argue the current plan focuses on beautification rather than addressing the pollution at the source, industrial hubs. Catchment risks. To keep the river perennial, the state plans to divert water from the Godavari River. Critics fear this will lead to the scrapping of protective environmental orders, opening up the Anantagiri Hills and surrounding villages to aggressive real estate development. 4. Political and social resistance. Musi Jan Andolan, MJA, a collective of activists, NGOs and residents, is demanding that the government make the detailed project report, DPR, public and prioritize ecological restoration over real estate-driven tourism. Opposition stance. The BRS and BJP have criticized the project, alleging it is a pretext for the government to take over prime land for private real estate interests. Would you like? The article details a historic political shift in Nepal as Balendra Shah, popularly known as Balan, was sworn in as Prime Minister on Friday, March 27, 2026. Here is a summary of the key developments. 1. A generational shift. Youngest leader. At 35 years old, Balan Shah is the youngest Prime Minister in Nepal's recent history. He is a structural engineer and a well-known rapper. The Gen Z mandate. His rise follows the Gen Z protests of September 2025, which ousted the KP Sharma Oli government. The youth-led movement demanded an end to the rotating faces of the aging political class and called for clean governance and accountability. Landslide victory. His party, the Rashtriya Swatantra Party (RSP), secured nearly a two-thirds majority in the March 5 elections, defeating veteran leader KP Sharma Oli on his own home turf. 2. Identity and vision. Rapper politician. Hours before his swearing-in, Shah released a nationalist rap song titled Jai Mahakali, which gained over 3 million views in less than a day. Economic ambitious. The RSP has set bold 5-year targets, expanding the economy from $45 billion to $100 billion, doubling per capita income to $3,000, creating 1.2 million jobs, increasing electricity generation to 15,000 megawatts. 3. Immediate challenges. High expectations. Analysts warn that while the leadership is new, the delivery mechanisms and institutional bureaucracy remain unchanged and resistant to reform. Economic crisis. Due to the ongoing conflict in West Asia, Nepal is facing rationing of cooking gas and rising fuel prices. A hit to the tourism sector. Potential instability in remittances, which are the backbone of the economy, as over 1 million Nepalis work in the Gulf region. Geopolitics. The new administration must navigate a complex balancing act between India, China, and the United States. Since you've been following these regional updates,